Very well. As we speak in this episode, we are definitely. I will be having a live stream about the talks of the transfers. We can have that. So if you want to be a part of it, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time today, join me, and you and me can actually have a very good talk about the whole transfer saga that's coming up. So we can talk about it. Okay. And before getting into the midst of that, we have to talk about the news that we have for today. Of course, it will be dominated by Manuel Locatelli. Half of you almost know it, most of you almost know it, but let's get into the details of it. What exactly was told yesterday night. So we'll talk about that, and we can definitely first of all talk about Matteo Guendouzi. So here's the update from Alexis Bernard. He says that Arsenal agrees to lower its valuation for Matteo Guendouzi. The positions between Marseille and Arsenal are getting closer. The two clubs are very close to an agreement for the sale, of course. So, yeah. Well, Arsenal wanted 20 million euros, whereas Marseille do not want to offer them more than 10 to 12 million euros. Arsenal have agreed to review the price, according to Alexis Bernard from Leighton Sport. Well, there have been murmurings that Arsenal are planning to do their business in a similar fashion to January, where they kept the signing of goalkeeper Matt Ryan under wraps until final few hours before completing the deal. Much of the legwork has already been made in the build-up to the opening of the transfer window on Wednesday, of course. So we have to talk about that as we speak about it. So after talking more about it, so let's talk about Sassuolo CEO has something to say. So Giovanni Carnevali says, Juventus are the only Italian club we talked to about Locatelli. It's true that there are foreign clubs interested, including Arsenal, and so far they are ahead and are the only side realistically to have made an important proposal for Manuel. Arsenal have made an official bid and they are pushing hard to sign Manuel, and it's an important bid. We will see. Exactly like last season, there are many proposals for the lad, and Euro 2020 is proving to be a great shop window, especially for foreign clubs. We'll evaluate the situation and be called to make the right choices at the key moment. It won't be an easy transfer. We already had contact with Juventus, but at this moment there's a great deal of competition for Locatelli, is what it has been said. So Manu Locatelli to Arsenal. Arsenal have made a serious bid for Manu Locatelli. Where will this lead Arsenal to? I don't know. I'm only hoping in a positive direction. So I won't think anything else as of now. Moving on, as we speak more about other sources, well, here's the part where Juventus come along. So Juventus faced £275 million in losses due to the pandemic and are to sell shares to raise cash. Now, Juventus say that they expect to lose 320 million euros because of the pandemic, and they are planning to raise 400 million in capital through a share sale to ease the financial pressure on them. Juve missed out on the Serie A title for the first time since 2012 last season, and they are still in dispute with UEFA over the collapsed European Super League project, where they would have definitely earned some amount of money. So the dude in the picture is Maurizio Arrivabene. He will take over the football business section of Juventus. So it means that a former team principal at the Ferrari Formula One outfit, that's what his previous job was, will assume some of the responsibilities previously held by Fabio Paratici, who has now joined Tottenham. So let's see where that will lead them to. So here's a sad news before getting into the sad news. So no, it's not a sad news. So Inter CEO Giuseppe Marotta on Inter's interest in Bellerin and Manuel Lazzari says, they are interesting, but we will act calmly. We cannot make heavy investments, and we will approach things creatively, trying to seize opportunities. Many clubs will not be able to spend practically anything. See, the whole pandemic has actually hit everyone really hard. It's hit them so hard. It's really virtually impossible to get the job done. But anyways, as we speak more about it, so you may wonder whose car is this one. Well, that's Arsenal's Ainsley Maitland-Niles involved in a serious traffic accident, a report by James McNicholas. So Arsenal have confirmed that Maitland-Niles was involved in a traffic accident on Wednesday morning. The Athletic understands the incident occurred between junctions 24 and 25 this morning on the M25 at around 6 a.m. BST. Maitland-Niles was unhurt in the incident. I think this is the second time that this is happening with Maitland-Niles. Arsenal's club director rang Maitland-Niles after the incident to check on his welfare. Highways England this morning reported that there was a multi-vehicle incident with a car on its side on the same stretch of M25. They added that emergency services were called to the scene. Maitland-Niles was unharmed in this. My God, Maitland-Niles, Fofty, please take care of yourself, bro. This is the second incident that involves you in a road rage. Or I think the previous one was Joe Willock, was it? Maybe not Maitland-Niles. I think it was Joe Willock who was involved, and Maitland-Niles was involved in speeding or something like that. I may be wrong here, but I think Joe Willock was the other one who was involved. Please take care of yourselves, lads. Yeah. My God, if the car was turned, oh my God, wow, the car has turned sideways, man. Okay. Well, moving on, also to talk about a reality, while Nuno Tavares is to undergo a medical ahead of confirming his deal, but there's a big issue with him going and finishing his deal. His medicals can only be confirmed a little later because of the whole pandemic situation is actually holding him hostage at the moment. So that's why everything is in a standstill for now. So that is that. Well, moving on, talking about more stuff, let's talk about Thomas Théophile Partey. Now, Thomas Théophile Partey had something to say about his, he got number 5 and had something to say about it. Where is it? Okay, we'll get to that very soon. So let's talk about Aaron Ramsdale, lads. Come on, let's talk about the one, the only Aaron Ramsdale. So, according to Sheffield Star, Aaron Ramsdale will be summoned to a meeting with new Sheffield manager Slavica Jokanovic as soon as England's involvement in the Euros ends, as Arsenal prepare to submit an offer for the goalkeeper. Ramsdale has been banned from discussing his future by Gareth Southgate, as he demands total focus and attention ahead of this weekend's quarterfinal against Ukraine. Jokanovic wants to discuss the situation either via a teleconferencing platform or preferably face to face. Now, Arsenal are dead serious to sign Ramsdale, man, because the result of those talks could influence how Sheffield respond if, as expected, Arsenal make an approach. Arsenal have no intention of immediately meeting Sheffield's £40 million valuation, but they're dead serious to sign him. Very, very serious to sign him. So don't count him out. So here's Thomas Partey on switching to number 5 for Arsenal. He says, I like the number 5 because it's one of the most important numbers in the team, and it's also a lucky number for me. It's the number I've worn for the past few years, so for me it's one of the best numbers. That's why it is taking time to be a hit at Arsenal. Give the man his number, man. Come on. Moving on. So Arsenal have told agent who represents Sheffield United that they are likely to make offer in writing for England after England's Euros. One source with knowledge of Arsenal's intentions predicted it will be big enough to confirm they are serious about pushing the deal through. According to James Shield, they are serious about Aaron Ramsdale. So let's talk about, for now, Franck Kessie. According to La Repubblica, Lucas Torreira was offered to AC Milan. There is still a substantial difference between what Kessie's entourage requests to sign a contract extension via, of course, salary with AC Milan and the offer made by the Italian club. Tottenham are interested to sign Franck Kessie, but let's see. So Xhaka says, if I speak Italian, not yet. In Rome, there are many good schools where you can learn the language. I learned English, I can also learn Italian. It's always important to know foreign languages. Now I'm an Arsenal player. Everyone knows what Roma represent. Let's see. And here's a bigger update. Now Roma looks like they've turned their attention to Ugurcan Shaqiri, and because Rui Patricio talks are stalled up. They're doing the same thing with Xhaka, and Juventus are lurking. So Roma, get up and get your man if you want him. So Ugurcan Shaqiri is wanted by Jose Mourinho. Crazy stuff, isn't it? So with this, I'd like to end this episode. If you want to be a part of what for a big one-to-one conversation in a live stream, today is your time. Talk about Arsenal transfers, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Join the live stream. Most importantly, find my Instagram or Twitter in the description of this episode. Follow me there. Send me a DM that you want to be a part of it, and be ready 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time to be a part of it. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.